Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video, and I have been tagged once again. This time I was tagged by my really great friend on here, Rob, also known as MovieReviewTime. I know I was part of the very first tag that he actually did, which was the original versus remake tag, which was a lot of fun to do that one. And now this one is called, I think, Who Would Win tag. I think that's what it's called. If I said the name wrong, I apologize. But I think it's called the Who Would Win tag. And basically it is 20 questions about two characters going up against each other, seeing who would win. And I know Rob mainly tagged a lot of the people that I would have, like Sean, Horrific Nightmares JM, Alex, Lisa, Bronco Juggalo, things like that. But since he mainly tagged the main people, I'll tag two that he didn't tag, so I can get them on the tag as well. And that is Mental Horror Pack, my good buddy Justin, and Last Venom 76. So they're the two people I'm going to tag, since everybody else has pretty much been tagged already. But let's get on to this tag. This one's going to be a lot of fun to do this one. So, question number 1, Pamela Voorhees versus Annie Wilkes from Misery. That ought to be a really, really good one. Imagine Betsy Palmer and Kathy Bates going at it with each other. I probably have to go towards Annie Wilkes from Misery, because, you know, Kathy Bates is just so psychotic as Annie Wilkes. I mean, granted, Pamela Voorhees is really psycho as well, but just Annie Wilkes, this character that Kathy Bates played, you know, it's so well done. You know, I really do think Annie Wilkes probably has the edge over Mrs. Voorhees. I mean, just Kathy Bates just played that character so well. Number 2, Chucky versus Leprechaun. I know that this actually was an idea for a film many years ago, but I think there was like a fan-made thing going around that like that this movie might happen, but nothing ever came up about it. But Chucky versus Leprechaun, I probably have to go more towards Chucky, just because, like, if you take Chucky from like the first two Child's Play films, you know, Chucky is just so psychotic, and Leprechaun's more of a silly, over-the-top kind of like thing. And granted, Leprechaun's really crazy too, but have to go more towards Chucky, without a doubt. Number 3, Matilda Dixon from Darkness Falls versus Elle Kedward from The Blair Witch. That's really a toss-up, because I really enjoy both characters pretty much. I just think, if anybody has never seen Darkness Falls, then you're missing out. It's about the Tooth Fairy character and things like that. And it's a really good PG-13 horror film from the 2000s that nobody ever talks about Darkness Falls, but I really have to go towards more of The Blair Witch, just because I'm a big fan of The Blair Witch Project and things like that, so I have to go with that one. Number 4, this is a really good one too. Evan Rendell from Dr. Giggles, or Dr. Alan Feinstein from The Dentist, Corbin Burnson himself. That's really a big toss-up as well. I really enjoy both characters, but if I had to choose just one, I would have to go with The Dentist. Corbin Burnson is just so psycho in The Dentist. You know, I think The Dentist is probably one of the more underrated slasher films. But granted, Larry Drake does a great job as Dr. Giggles as well. But I have to go more towards Corbin Burnson as The Dentist, just because all the stuff that he can do, and he can mess up Dr. Giggles' teeth. So it's really painful stuff too, especially if you're not a big fan of The Dentist. But I have to go with The Dentist on that one. Number 5, Ash versus Leatherface. This is another one that's quite a toss-up, but I mean, Ash does a great job with the chainsaw, and so does Leatherface as well. I mean, that's really tough. Maybe I have to go towards more Leatherface, just because I think Leatherface has a bigger presence. But I think that one could go either way, to be honest. But I have to go more towards Leatherface for that one. Number 6, Ghostface from Scream, or Ben Willis, also known as the Fisherman from I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's without a doubt Ghostface from Scream. I mean, Ghostface is just so ruthless and things like that. I mean, Ghostface had more victims than the Fisherman did, but yeah, definitely go towards Ghostface on that one. Number 7, Jason Voorhees or Victor Crowley. Another really good toss-up here. I just have to go with Jason Voorhees just because Jason is my favorite horror character of all time. So I have to go towards that one. Number 8, Jacob Goodnight from See No Evil or Michael Myers. You know, Kane as Jacob Goodnight in See No Evil is a really big guy, and so is Michael Myers, but I think, you know, Kane has that of a bigger presence to him. I mean, nothing against Michael Myers, but I feel like Kane as Jacob Goodnight has a much more bigger presence. So that would go towards Jacob Goodnight for that one. Number 9, Freddy Krueger or Candyman versus Candyman. I'd easily have to say Freddy Krueger on that one because, you know, the Candyman, you know, when the Candyman falls asleep, you know, he's going to get messed up in his dreams because that's Freddy's biggest strength is getting you in your dreams. But Tony Todd as Candyman is really good too, but I have to go more towards Freddy Krueger on that one. Number 10, Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs or John Kramer, also known as Jigsaw from Saw. Excuse me, I have a little bit of this cough, but easily Hannibal Lecter. I mean, you know, granted, nothing against, you know, Jigsaw or anything like that, but Hannibal Lecter is a cannibal, and, you know, just, I love the way Anthony Hopkins portrayed him in Silence of the Lambs, and it's just a creepy character. Easily Hannibal Lecter for that one. Number 11. Excuse me about this cough. John Ryder from The Hitcher or Rusty Nail from Joyride versus. Depending on which version of The Hitcher, if you're talking about the 86 version of The Hitcher with Rutger Hauer, wow, that's tough. That's a really tough one. I really have to go more towards The Hitcher just because I think Rutger Hauer plays a great Hitcher. Nothing against Ted Levine as the Rusty Nail from Joyride, but I have to easily go with The Hitcher just because I really like Rutger Hauer in the role of The Hitcher. Number 12, Samara from The Ring or Kayako from The Grudge. That's easily for me, Samara from The Ring. Easily. I mean, Samara is just much more creepier, and I find her more creepier than The Grudge. I mean, The Grudge is creepy and all that stuff, but I easily can see Samara beating The Grudge in a battle. Number 13, Pennywise from It or Killjoy. That's without a doubt Pennywise, because I feel like both Pennywises can definitely easily win over Killjoy. I mean, Killjoy was really one of those films I never really cared for. I mean, granted, I know it's supposed to be a silly, over-the-top movie, Killjoy, but I just feel like Killjoy. I feel like Pennywise is much more creepier. And granted, Killjoy is supposed to be silly and over the top. I get that, but I feel like Pennywise is just much more ruthless, both in the original miniseries and the remake. That's without a doubt Pennywise, in my opinion, because if I had to choose which clown I like the best, I prefer Pennywise. Number 14, Norman Bates from Psycho or Jack Torrance from The Shining versus. That's a good one, too. I mean, I definitely have to go with Jack Torrance from The Shining just because Jack Nicholson just goes off his rocker in The Shining, you know, with the axe to the door and just how psycho he is. Granted, Norman Bates is really psycho, too, but, I mean, Jack Nicholson is Jack Torrance. I mean, I have to go with that one very easily. Number 15, Pinhead versus the Tall Man. That's without a doubt Pinhead. I just feel like Pinhead I really like Pinhead, Doug Bradley as Pinhead. Easily that one. Number 16, Pumpkinhead versus the Xenomorph Alien from Alien. That's without a doubt the Alien character. I mean, Pumpkinhead is a really good character too, but I feel like the Alien character will easily win that battle for me personally. Really enjoy the Xenomorph Alien. Number 17, The Collector from the Collector or versus Chrome Skull from Laid to Rest. I have to go with Chrome Skull from Laid to Rest just because I really like Laid to Rest. Nothing against the Collector. This is a really good tag. Like I'm saying, I mean, Rob, if you're watching this, Rob, you did a really great job with this tag. I mean, these are some really tough versus categories here. I mean, these are really great matchups against these two different characters. Like all these are, but have to go with Chrome Skull. Have to give Rob a lot of credit for doing this. This is quite a challenging tag, and it's a really fun one to do at the same time. Because either one of these are pretty much toss-ups. Number 18, the Predator from Predator versus the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Easily the Predator, without a doubt. Love the Predator, easily. Number 19, the creature from Leviathan versus the creature from The Thing. Easily The Thing. I really like the creature in The Thing the most. Easily. And then the last one is Gremlin from Gremlins versus Critter from Critters. That's what they had that for me, Critters, just because I feel like Critters have much more of a menacing look to them. Nothing against Gremlins, I really enjoy both films, but I have to easily go with Critters as the one that would come out on top. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this tag, or my answers to these questions. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Alright guys, take care.